What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jeremy Speaks, and I'm coming here today with another video. Okay, you want to know something? I want to say this. Hold on, real quick. I was trying to play around with something on the camera and like do some effects, but I'm gonna cut it out because this has this thing called like smart zoom, where it like zooms in as you're moving to each place or whatever. But listen, y'all, we are at our 6th episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 16. I'm gonna have to start fixing my videos because all of them say season 17. I just realized that. Why ain't y'all tell me nothing? Y'all just got me going around talking about the wrong season. We ain't even got into season 17 yet, and y'all ain't told me nothing. I'm gonna try to go back and change all the video titles after I get off this, okay? Quick question, y'all. Is my sound good? Let me know if my sound is good. Put a 1 in the chat if I sound clear and I sound like I'm actually on the microphone, because I checked back on the last video I did and I saw that it looked like I was not on my microphone, even though it was plugged in. So just want to make sure that we're on a good foot tonight, okay? Because we got a lot to discuss. We have a lot to go through. We got a lot to talk about. And I know y'all already to see me get flagrant. Crisp as ever. Period. Period. Yeah. Also, y'all, if y'all want to donate to the channel, if you know that's what the people call it, you know, when you give them money for shit. If you want to donate to the channel, I have my Cashapp underneath my tag. So yes. Needless to say, we're gonna have to get into this. So since I already told y'all to put a 1, put a 3 in the chat if you ready for me to get into this. I'm trying to wait for everybody to come in. You know, I know that it could be a little bit shiesty with so many people reviewing in one night. So I just want to make sure I capture as many peoples as I can. And y'all, I got the recording right now. So listen. I'm gonna definitely be able to review the to edit this when I upload it back. I had such a good time last night, y'all. I went out to the club, you know, because in the club we all fam. And you know, if you don't know anything about me, I am not a wallflower when I get into the club, especially if you put some liquor in me, okay? I was throwing that thing. I was tossing it all over the place. Had a really good time. Okay. Just wanted to, you know, let y'all in on my little personal life a little bit. Let y'all know I'm getting reacclimated to single life. All right. Let's get started. Okay. So the episode picks up where the last one left off, right? And we are still reeling from all the poster boards, you know, the Kinko slips that Kenya showed about Brittany sucking dick, being an insurance fraud hoe, allegedly, and being an escort, allegedly. Okay. So we go into the scene. She's in her house talking to her lifeless husband. Because I don't know if it's just me, but why does Brit husband always look like he's on the brink of just going up to the upper room? It's just like, can we get him a caffeine shot? Can somebody get him a 5-hour energy drink? Somebody get him something, some B12, an energy booster. Shit, a Monster energy drink, something. Damn it. I be so tired. I be so tired of just seeing this man. Well, Brit, that's not cool. That's not okay. Like, sir, wake up. He's like the most uncomfortable, disinterested looking person out of all the franchises as far as the husband goes. But here we go. So Brittany tells us, because at the end of the day, it's so messed up. And yeah, I've made my mistakes and I've done things in my past that, I'm not proud of, like any human person. But to do that in front of a room of 200 people is fucked up. How could you? And she's been targeting me from the beginning. Because at the end of the day, she was always jealous of me because I was that bitch. Okay. I was that girl. What about my insurance license? My insurance license could be taken away. Like, what's going to happen? Like, what am I going to tell my mom? Like, what am I going to do? Like, what am I going to tell her? How am I going to have this conversation? And for me to be a woman in this world and deal with this is too much. It's too much. I just can't believe this. Like, how could she do this? Like, what's going on? Like, what on earth would ever make her feel that this is okay? I'm a daughter. I'm a mother. Not yet, but I'm a wife. And at the end of the day, being a wife is the only thing that matters. But I might be a sister as well. But I'm a wife. I finally got some dumbass nigga to scoop me off the streets because I was a pedestrian and put me in a home and make me a wife. And my wholeness was deleted, but Kenya found it. I made sure that all of those videos were scraped off of the internet. Yes, when I was a teenager, I did suck a little dick on camera with my boyfriend. And then I went into webcamming where I was playing with my puss. But at the end of the day, I made sure that all of those videos were scraped off of the net. Okay? And she found it. And that lets me know this is something that she's been wanting to do. Evil Kenya. Hey yo. Hey yo. I just want to say, Brit, you are not the victim that you think that you are, sis. You're not. At the end of the day, what Kenya did was fucked up. Okay, I'm not here to absolve Kenya of any of her wrongdoings. She did some stupid ass shit. It was far too much, and she deserves to get punished for it. But the catch-22 of that is you also deserve to get punished as well. Just because Kenya showed videos of you sucking dick at whatever point in life that was does not absolve you from the fact that you threatened her with gun violence for nothing because she did not give you a hug. At the end of the day, regardless on whatever Kenya did, you kickstarted all of this shit, period. Okay? So the narrative that you're trying to paint on this episode as if you're some type of fucking victim, bitch, please give me a fucking break. All right? Because you started all of this. And also, let's talk about a couple things that you said. So the first thing I want to discuss is about this whole teenager thing. So at what point, were you 19, 18, or are you saying that you were underage doing this? Sucking dick on camera. Is that what you're saying? That you were underage, or because a teenager could be 18, 19. And I don't feel that, that you were like, underage with all of this stuff happening. And I feel like because people don't do enough research, because people are not on the show, looking up stuff like that, they're just gonna go with whatever you're saying. And a lot of what you've already told us, Brit, is some bullshit. So I don't know if I 100% believe that you were underage. However, you could have been 18, you could have been 19, but I don't know if you was just 16 or 15 or 17 on camera sucking dick for your boyfriend. I don't know if I believe that. The other thing I also don't believe is this insurance shit. So also, y'all, Brit said, and my clients is calling me because of what happened. I was like, why the fuck is your clients calling you? What is this business? Like, you said you sold the business. So how is your clients calling you right now? You sold the business. So you ain't got no clients, right? If you sold the business, that means you sold all the clients that are attached to it. And let's also beg to wonder, what the fuck type of clients do you have on a continuous basis when you're just an insurance agent and you're basically connecting people with insurance? How does that work? Because I remember I signed up the fucking Geico for my vehicle. I don't know the bitch who helped me with it. I'm not like, girl, I know you signed me up for that Geico, that Geico insurance with a good deductible. But I'm calling to see how you doing, sis. How you doing, Carol? Is you okay? Is your husband acting right? Is them bitches still playing with you? Like, in what world are we doing that? Because after you get the insurance, that's it. You get them to sign up for a policy, and then you get a percentage on the policy that you connect the person with. I don't understand this whole continuous relationship with clients who you just connected them with insurance from. Like what are we talking about? like what type of are these insurance clients, or are these some other type of clients? Like, what's going on? All right. Then the next thing that she said was that this was gonna potentially ruin her insurance license. I was like, now maybe I am a little bit confused, but like I said, I'm not an insurance agent. I didn't have to get no insurance license. I was about to go get a job with Geico when I was around like 23, 24, but then I was smoking weed at the time, so I could not pass the drug test. So I definitely couldn't go through with the interview. Okay, when I found out they do follicle testing. Okay. However, I'm just a little bit confused as to how you are going to have your license potentially revoked because somebody leaked from your words and everybody else's words revenge on you. How are you gonna be reprimanded for that? I would imagine that it's not the pictures that you're being reprimanded for. It's the fact that you allegedly threatened somebody with gun violence on camera, and you're being investigated for that. Because I'm imagining that in the real world, that you just can't go around having a license while in tandem threatening hoes with pistols and whips, Yosemite Sam. Like, I really can't. I really can't. This is so unrealistic, child. So we hear a knock at the door, right? And all we hear from the outside is like, blah, 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 like, I'm like, who else could that be besides Kelly? Because before Kelly even gets on camera, the first thing that we hear is her around the corner. Hey, Brit, I'm coming around the corner, girl. You hear me? I'm coming. I'm at the door, girl. Like, she's just so loud. But I love Kelly though. But I'm gonna have to eat Kelly up in this scene. So Kelly gets into the house. Brit comes to the door, greets her. Hi, Kelly. How are you doing? Kelly's like, oh my God, how are you doing? Like, are you okay? I look like shit. She was like, girl, I look like shit. Girl, you always do. I'm just kidding, girl. Let's go sit down. Like, oh my goodness. Oh, Kelly is a ball of energy, isn't she? Okay. So they go and have a seat. I guess Mike decided to go into the next room and give Brett, maybe 5 minutes alone with somebody else, so she can have a scene on camera. Cause y'all know he don't like her to be alone too long because he afraid she might tap into them hoe activities probably that she used to get into back in the day. Okay. However, Kelly was like, girl, how are you? Like, how are you doing? Are you okay? She was like, I'm doing the best that I can. At the end of the day, it was just so hard to go through. And it's something that I'm still dealing with and I will forever have to deal with because she put that on the cameras. She put that on a poster board. Insurance fraud hoe, escort hoe, dick sucking hoe. Are you serious? How could you do something like that? And and she goes on to say, and at the end of the day, she was always nasty. She's always had a problem with me. She's always hated me from the beginning. And she's been gunning for me and coming for me since she met me, doing little slick stuff. She's been doing that from the very beginning. And Kelly is like, I'm like, Kelly, girl, shut the fuck up. Like, girl, hush. Be quiet. You just nod your head at every damn thing somebody says. Like, it's so funny how you have all of this, power for Brit, for Brit, justice for Brittany. And then a few months later, in all of the fucking interviews before the season is opening, you saying that you want Kenya to come back and you mad that Brit is there and Kenya not there. My, how the friends flip and flop. If you truthfully felt this way because you were so bothered by the fact of what happened to Brit, you wouldn't have never ever wanted Kenya back on the camera like you were saying all throughout this episode. In layman's terms, what to me was happening in this episode, Brit and Kelly were laying down the foundation that they were no longer going to be participating in the show if Kenya was ever going to be involved again. So they iced her out. So moving on, right? They're getting some I think it's like an IV drip or something like that. I heard people doing that, and I would be interested in getting one of them, like, them luxury IV stuff, but I don't like being poked and prodded and shit like that with needles. It's already enough that I'm on Apertude, where I have to get my injection every 2 months, to make sure I, no prevention of any, transmission of the 3 words. I make sure I go get my Apertude, stay on my prep, stuff like that. And, so I got to get my blood drawn often. So I don't know if I'd be down to like just get poked and prodded. It's like, you hoes love needles. Y'all hoes love needles, Botox, hospital tables, gurneys, gowns, anything that has a hospital-esque quality to it. I see that y'all are addicted to it on this show. Okay, at least for this season. I was like, didn't I tell you hoes to put the needles down? Didn't we tell y'all to put the scalpel down? Just because y'all saying this for IV drips and shit don't change anything. But I did hear that was some good shit. I might have to get into it. Y'all know something. I always wanted to get a colonic and I always wanted to do like the IV thing, but I'm not sure where to find that stuff. It's painless. I love getting them, especially after a rough night. Girl, what type of prognosis? What type of rough night you like? Was you at the Diddy parties? Was you at the Diddy parties? What type of rough night you having? I like. What does this rough night consist of? Does insurance cover? I don't know if insurance covers an IV drip. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. All right, moving on. So the next thing we see, and I'm gonna go in the order that I remember best. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. So the next scene we see Brit meeting up with her mom, and once again we're talking about Kenya. Hi, mom. How are you? The mom looking like, hey, baby, how you doing? I was like, the mom face tight too. God damn. I was like, Botox run in the family? I didn't know Botox could be hereditary. I didn't know that. But, the mom was like, I ain't been around here in a long time. Look different around here. What's going on? And Britt tells us that because of what happened between her and Kenya, she wanted to reach out to her mom and let her mom know what was going on. And even with Kenya doing this, it actually brought her closer to her sisters. I was saying, wow, Britt, your sister's actually crying out, for a connection to you didn't, cause concern for you to have an established connection, but you getting exposed for sucking dick on camera, then all of a sudden you want to pick up the phone and call your sisters. It seems to me that you are an energy leech and that you are a user. Okay, when you going through some shit, you can call and you want to establish a relationship, you want to reconnect with bitches. But if you ain't going through some shit, you don't want to hear what nobody else is going through. I was like, my. It's like, how far have we come from the sit down that you had with your sister when she was crying and saying that she just wants one-on-one time with you, and you got in the confessional, it was called the whole jealous, jealous share. And then you get exposed, and all of a sudden you want to reconnect with your sisters. Bitch, I'll have your number on block. Okay? Do not call me. Please continue to just be around your lifeless husband. If you ask me, I think the reason that she's already with him is because she just waiting for the day that he just stops breathing and she can collect, the life insurance policy, because she's an insurance agent. Oh, okay. So she goes on to tell us, she was like, I just have to let my mom know what's going on. So she says, Mom, I'm sure you heard, but Kenya had an event at her beauty shop, her beauty salon, beauty spa. And she showed photos of me engaging in sexual activity. And I wanted to be open and honest with you and let you know that I used to do webcam modeling, and I also have a sex tape. Okay. And I'm just so embarrassed and I'm just so hurt that Kenya, y'all, she was saying it like this the whole episode, that Kenya would even do something like this. Like, I'm a daughter. I'm a wife. Like, what's going on? The mom's sitting there looking at her like, so we gonna act like I didn't know you were sucking dick on camera before the show happened? Oh, am I supposed to be surprised? I was like, Mom, you gotta act the part. Act the part, Mom. You gotta act like you didn't know any of this. You gotta act like Brit is being victimized. Follow along with the game plan, or else she won't be talking to your ass again for another 5 to 6 years. Okay, so we go through that whole fiasco. She lets her mom know what whatever was going on. And I was like, okay, so you gotta tell your mama that Kenya did all of this and let her know what you was doing back in the past. But the question of the matter is, if you was doing this shit in high school, you was a video vixen in high school, then your mama had to sign the release, right? Because you can't do that underage because it's illegal. Unless you were lying about your age, providing false licenses or something, what the fuck did your mama had to know? Because your mama had to sign releases when you were doing all of this shit. And that, to me, is why your mama was looking like she didn't give a damn about any of this. Brittany. Okay, y'all, let's move on. At the end of the day, I just want to reiterate, Brit, you are not the fucking victim. Yes, what Kenya did was dead ass wrong, and she was disgusting for that. I will say that from the mountain peak, from the valley low. But at the end of the day, yo ass started all of this. Now, in real life, you can't hit a bitch and tell them how to hit you back. Yes, she took it to hell. Yes, she did do that. But at the end of the day, you kicked off all of this because she wouldn't give your ass a hug. You said she didn't give you a hug, and then you decided to threaten her with gun violence and take it to the middle region of hell, and she decided to take it to the ninth ring of hell, Dante's Inferno, and then expose all of your whole activities and your fraudulent nature on poster boards funded by Office Max. So at the end of the day, it's giving tit for tat. She did do a little bit too much, I will say that. But at the end of the day, if you have videos online of you sucking dick, how are we supposed to know that you was underage? Shit, are we wrong to assume that you as a 17 to 16-year-old girl was not out here sucking dick on camera? Or is it out of the realm of possibilities for us to believe that you was not doing that? That you might have just been a regular schoolgirl going to school? You act like everybody's supposed to know that you had dick in your mouth at 16. My God. Oh, let's move on, y'all. So the next scene we see Drew, she's on the floor with a suitcase. Look like it's only like 2 days. 2 days worth of clothes. And I guess that fits because it's the weekend, right? Now, she tells us that it's the first that she has to leave because, like, the court order says that she has to leave the house on the 1st, 3rd, and 5th weekend of the month. And she has to allow Ralph to go upstairs and be the primary care provider for the children. And she has to, exit, or vacate the premises. Now, one thing about this scene is that Drew is so funny to me, y'all. I like Drew is hilarious. I don't care what nobody say. I used to really dislike Drew on her first season, and she slowly started to win me back on her second season. And by this season, I'm in love. I love Drew. I really do. I like the audacity that Drew has to play in our face every week and try to make this sound as believable as possible when it's a crock of bullshit. Now, she tells us, everything is affecting my kids. This is hard for them, and it's just so much. It's just so much. What it like and it's affecting them in different ways. They're doing things that they wouldn't normally do. What's going on? Like, so the daughter had came in the room, right? And she was like, you gotta you gonna do some fun shit with your daddy, so I gotta do your hair. The daughter starts running away, talking about no, I don't want to. She says, okay, on the count of 5. The daughter like 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't want to, Mom. I'm sorry. Wow, you really doing this today? And I was like, don't you hate it? Don't you hate it when the kids try you in front of people and they know you can't beat their ass? Don't you hate that? Don't you hate that? Like kids always be doing this shit in the craziest of places. And I know this because I babysitted before. Kids will try your patience in front of people because they know they can't get hit. Now you knew them cameras was there and you couldn't get your ass whipped. But you know damn well you wouldn't have tried that if you was in the house by yourselves. That's why she was counting like that. But you knew since you seen these white people with the cameramen that she was not gonna lay hands on your little girl. Stop trying your mama like that. Respect your parents, okay? Let's not do that. But then we go and we see a scene with Drew at the dinner table eating some lunch with the kids. You know, Ralph comes into the house, walks into the scene, and she's like, "Whoa, wow, like what's going on? Like, is it already that time now? Like, oh, y'all, can y'all see? Wait, hold on. Is it just me? Or can y'all see the brown in my eyes right now? Is my eyes looking like a light brown color in this light, y'all? Tell me, am I tripping? Hold on, let me do. I was looking at myself for a second. I was like, wait a minute, not the lovely brown. Wait a minute. You know, when a light hit the brown at the right angle, it kind of look a little hazel. I got Indian in my family, but I'm bald headed. I was a part of the bald headed whole tribe. But listen, so she tells him, let me pull you to the side. I need to talk to you about something, y'all. She was saying that you need to pay for the exterminator. He was like, why do I have to pay for the exterminator? She said, because it's in the court proceeding. And you have to make sure that you're following, or else I have to contact my attorney. She was like, with everything that I'm dealing with right now, my plate is so full. And he was like, your plate is full of what, Drew? What are you doing, Drew? How is your what's on your plate? Because the damn sure ain't the bills. It ain't the bills. It ain't the bills, Drew. So what's on your plate? She was like, you know what? You know what? I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do this today. I'm not gonna do this. I'm just gonna go and I'm just gonna leave. She goes into the car, y'all, right? And she's saying, like, I'm so pissed. He just gets under my skin. I just get so upset. I'm like, Drew, all it is over an extermination bill. I was like, all it is, Drew, because he has not caught the exterminator yet. I was like, this is insane. I really cannot. I really can't. So she says that she can't, she can't say goodbye to the kids right now because she don't want him to contact the judge and get her reprimanded. So she says she has to leave the premises. So they drive off. Next thing we see all the little ladies, Oh, I can't remember where they at or who balcony they on, y'all. But at the end of the day, it was beautiful out there. It was like cabanas. I was like, not the Copacabana, but everybody was sitting down and they all talking. You know, Porsha's, drilling everybody about whatever is happening in their life. And one thing I do love about Angela in this scene was that, she really peeps that Porsha don't like to talk about her own business. So she says, but Porsha, you've been going through a divorce. So what's going on with that? Y'all, Porsha is one of the ditziest ditziest housewives I've ever come across. So she tells us that this is very hard for her dealing with the divorce between her and Simon. She says that Pilar had asked her, where's Dennis? Where's daddy? I was like, not you got your daughter calling this man daddy. I was like, you really ain't shit. If I was Dennis, I would be suing for full custody. Because what you will not do is have some man that you barely even know around my daughter, having my daughter call him daddy. And she says, and it's just, as a mother, I just can't, because I never ever wanted anything to affect Pilar. And I was hoping that we can like figure this out. I was hoping that he would see that my daughter really cares about him. And I was like, but you are the one that filed for divorce, Porsha. You filed for divorce. What are you crying about? It's not like he filed for divorce. You filed for divorce. So of course you will have to take the daughter that he's been around for less than a year for the most, or less than a year or so for the most part, back to your own dwellings. And he won't really have that much of a relationship with her. Why would you expect him, the man that you barely even fucking know, who's a scammer, who's lied, and who's possibly put you in dangerous situations? Why would you even want this man around your daughter? You don't even really know him. And then you should feel even more ashamed of yourself for even having your daughter calling this man daddy. That's another thing. Like the audacity of you. And for you to be crying about all of this shit that he's doing about cutting your child off, like he don't even know her, is really insane given the fact that that's exactly what he did to Fallon. But it's all right when his other hoes getting cheated on, with niggas that look like Florida Evans, fucking big jiggly titty hoes from Real Housewives of Atlanta. It's cool when it's other hoes dealing with that type of trauma, but when it's you, it's different. But how the tables turn. But at the end of the day, I don't know if this is a scene where you're trying to get sympathy, or if you are so delusional that you really feel that this man should continuously try to be a fixture in your daughter's life, even though you really don't know him. Then you said that you texted him saying, Pilar asked about you today and he didn't respond back, and now it just broke your heart. I was like, well, Porsha, if you don't even want to be in a relationship because of him lying to you about his identity, lying to you about his finances, basically creating a whole fixture that was not even real, representing something that, truthfully was never there, why would you even want this person to know anything dealing with your child? Why? That don't even make fucking sense. Drew was looking across the motherfucking room at Porsha like, she's in a confessional telling us, y'all, I hate that me and Porsha are in this place right now. And I just wish I could be there for her and embrace her and just let her know that I'm also dealing with something similar, more probably than you even know. But I can't. And I just have to understand or respect where our relationship is right now. I was like, Drew, please cut the shit, girl. You are feeling some type of way because Porsha was allegedly messing around with Ty, the basketball player who you was kind of messing around with last year, allegedly. You got upset with her about that because all the rumors around Atlanta at the time was that she started messing with Ty, right? Now all of a sudden you pop up trying to do music with Dennis. Like, girl, be for real. Like, be fucking for real. Like, I don't fault you for doing any of this, but I'm just saying, girl, you really don't want to be no damn confidant for Porsha. You don't like her right now, and it's okay for you to say that. But I understand you probably don't want to get popped. But at the end of the day, stop coming to the confessionals acting like you really want to be there for her when you really don't. And let's be clear here. I don't really think that you two are in the same predicament at all, because at the end of the day, this nigga's deported. He's being held by ICE. Donald Trump got custody of him. So what's going, like, unless your husband is committing fraud activity as well, how could y'all be doing or having the same things going on more than she knows? Another thing I also wanted to bring up was like, where's your other child, Drew? I saw one of the boys, but I didn't see the other boy. You know, the one that is not Ralph's. Where is he at? Is I assume that he's with the daddy? Because I was like, I only see one son. Is he at practice or something? I thought she had two. Now, moving on. So we go to the studio session, y'all. We see Shamia. Shamia is once again in this damn 27 piece looking wig, or she got her hair cut like a 27 piece. At the end of the day, I don't know if it's the style that she's doing it in. I don't know what it is, because Shamia is such a beautiful woman. But my God, I hate her fashion choices and her hairstyles. It screams auntie, and I absolutely despise it. You way too young looking to be doing this. Like, you shouldn't be like really doing this whole auntie get up. Like, it's this large swoop thing, and it's not like, you know what, like one of them curve swoops. It's like a blunt swoop. Like, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It's ugly. It's ugly. I don't like it. I ain't gonna say it's ugly. I'm gonna just say I don't like it. Okay. But she lets us know that she's in the studio with RL from Next. And at the end of the day, they making some good music. So, Drew, this is who you should be getting in the studio with. I was like, once again, you having Drew's name in your mouth for no fucking reason. You're doing all of this windmilling for Porsha when she don't even know the difference between you and fucking Drew's song. What are you doing? Like, why are you throwing shade at Drew and who the fuck she working with when the whole person who you have an issue, you know, with? I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. When the whole person who you're having this issue with, you know, Drew over, ain't even respecting the fucking music that you putting out with RL. And to be honest, you saying that working with RL is so much better. But let your best friend tell it. You two hoes sound exactly the same. The songs sound the same. So is it really that much of an investment? Shamia, let me know. Cause I'm interested. I want to know that. I would like to know that. Yes. Like, you doing all of this windmilling and you doing all of this, you know, let me defend Porsha. And at the end of the day, she ain't even fucking with you like that. Like, I don't like the fact that Shamia is beautiful. Shamia is dark skinned. Shamia has all of these beautiful things going on in her life right now, but she is choosing to run up behind Porsha like a fucking house nigga. Oh, yes, master. I put my pride aside, master. Oh, yes, master. I put my emotions to the side. I'm a people pleaser, master. Do you want me to do a little ditty for you, master? I sing you a little song. You want me to sing a little hymn, master? Hump, master Porsha? If you want me to, you know, bend my back backwards, I can even do gymnastics for you, master Porsha. Like, have some fucking self-respect about yourself. It's just far too much. It's far too much. It's far too much. I don't like it. I don't like it, y'all. I don't like it. I don't like the unnecessary shade. But like, you know, after we see Shamia, sit all that ass down in that seat. Next thing we see is Angela walk in this beautiful red dress with this y'all. I don't know if I'm getting used to the LaToya Jackson nostrils or what, but Angela is looking better and better and better each episode. I don't know if it's just me. Is it just me? Or is Angela starting to look really fucking good? I'm like, God damn, she fine too. I was like, now you may look like a distant relative of the Jackson family, but at the end of the day, you're beautiful. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but I'm here for it. Now, as Angela sits down with Shamia, they get into everything that had happened with Porsha at the bank. And Porsha listening to her song and saying that it was Drew's. Now, Angela says, you know, Shamia, I just want you to know that at the end of the day, I'm sorry. I just want you to know that at the end of the day, like, I just want you to pay attention and make sure that you're not giving more than you're getting in return. Okay? I just want that to be known. Because at the end of the day, it is coming across a little bit lopsided. Okay? So let's just pay attention to that. I just hope that that's not the case. And then Shamia's like, you know, she is very perceptive. And I do put Portia's feelings before my own. I know that she's currently dealing with a whole divorce. She's currently going through so much. So, yes, I will put my feelings aside for her because at the end of the day, I'm a people pleaser. I was like, I was like, you might as well just do a little tap dance, huh? I was like, if Porsha was white, this will get menstrual show. I was like, you have a whole special needs daughter. Not mentally or anything else like that, but your daughter has special needs, medically. You're dealing with the loss of a whole child as well, because you said you had a miscarriage. Your children are going through surgery. Your sister has lupus. Like, girl, you're going through a fucking lot. You're trying to have another embryo so you can get pregnant. It has 30% chance of success, girl, and you're putting Porsha's feelings before yours because her scamming ass ex-husband, who she fucked on when he was actually married to another bitch, has played in her face and now they're divorced. Are you serious? Shamia, you should be ashamed of yourself. Shamia, you should be ashamed of yourself. Like this is embarrassing. And you want to know something about these reviews, y'all? I really don't know how I'm going to feel about I really don't know how I'm going to feel about each scene until I start talking about it. Because when I was watching it, I really didn't have that much of a reaction to it until I'm actually explaining it out loud. And I'm like, wow, this bitch sound crazy. So my reactions to this, even from my natural reactions when I'm watching the show, is all new. Some of this shit still new to me because I'm like, I didn't know I felt so passionately about this shit. I really didn't. But so Drew comes in late. Drew's adorers always late. Drew is always late. Drew is always late. All right, so now Shamia Mom is a third member. Please. Y'all need help. And she's letting them, so Drew comes in and she's letting them hear the music that she's basically making, right? So hold on, I'm sorry. My ear itching. So she's like, and obviously it's my song, not your song. And basically Drew was like, yeah, that was really crazy. Like that, I don't know where they even came from. One thing about Drew is that I don't know. She's coming across to me so likable this season. Like, I am loving myself some Drew. I'm loving Drew. I'm loving Angela. I'm loving Kelly. I'm loving parts of Shamia. She's starting to, down. I was like, okay, enough of this Porsha fiddling. I was like, girl, have some self-respect. Damn. Now, so she lets them know that RL is basically helping produce the album. RL is in the scene saying, so yeah, you know what we gonna do? We gonna make sure that you put out 2 songs working on 2 songs every week. And by that time, your album gonna be done. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you already got it. You that girl like that. And I'm gonna make you a star. Okay? Because at the end of the day, I hear you. I feel your talent. I see how jiggly that ass is. And I know that the nigga in me can help the bitch in you. I don't know where that impersonation came from. It was low-key giving love and hip hop. I'm sorry. But I guess that's how my mind is replaying the scene, y'all. Cause I guess I don't know. Something about it just seemed a little bit disingenuous. But like, he's married to her friend. I mean, so is Simon. I can't trust these hoes as far as I can throw them. Rich dollars. Yeah. All right, let's continue, y'all. So they started talking about the music, and he was basically saying that, he can't wait to, get the music off the ground with Shamia. Somehow we got into, and yeah, because at the end of the day, that's why I'm working with Dennis. And, I don't care what nobody says, because the outcome is going to outweigh anything else. Like, the money that we're going to make from this album is going to help pay for PJ's tuition. And I was like, see, Drew, you really want Porsha to beat your ass. You really want Porsha to beat your ass. Because why are you constantly mentioning her daughter? You could easily say that the music is good and they, Dennis gonna make a lot of money off of it, or whatever the case may be, more child support for, for Porsha. You could have said that. But for you to bring in Porsha's daughter's name and say that he's gonna help her pay for school, like, first of all, Porsha's been on this damn show since 2009 or 8. Or one of those years, 7 maybe, I can't remember. I don't think that she needs your album sale money to pay for Pilar School. Something tells me that she's already put that money aside. I don't know why she keeps on saying something like this. But at the end of the day, let's not act like Porsha is just some like poor, desolate woman who needs Drew's album sell money. Like, Porsha got money. She may be a lazy asshole that don't want to make her own money, but when she has to, she makes it very easily. Hoes love Porsha. She should put that on a t-shirt. Don't like it, Porsha. Put that on a t-shirt. You need to thank Jeremy Speaks TV. Hoes love Porsha because they do. Everybody I know that love Porsha, they a hoe. Everybody I know that love Porsha, they on some hoe shit. Okay. Drew, Porsha is gonna slap the snap crackle pop out of you. I was like, she really want to get beat up. She really want to get hit. I was like, you are crazy for even saying that. But like, Shamia's like, always have to take it too far. I want to be cool with you, but you always got to do too much. I was like, Shamia, you could be cool with her if you want to. Because at the end of the day, you acting like you can't be cool with Drew because she made this comment about Porsha, but Brit allegedly made comments about your child who has special needs. And Porsha is all underneath the comments talking about how bad of a bitch she is. So you really looking crazy out here doing all of this for a bitch who is not doing that for you in return. Like, please get Shami off my fucking screen today. Please. She is annoying the dog shit out of me, y'all. I don't know how she's getting underneath my skin like this, but it's really annoying. Next scene we see fucking Shamia and Porsha going to go play golf. Actually, I don't give a fuck about this scene. I really don't care about it. Cut it. Moving on to the next. So the next scene we see, I believe it's the last scene. I think I went through all of them, right? Oh, no, I didn't. I missed the scene. Kelly and her daughter. Y'all, I want to humbly apologize to Kelly. I owe Kelly a apology. The reason I feel like I owe Kelly an apology is because when I saw Kelly's daughter, I was like, whoa, they look just alike. Like, y'all, I look like my mama. I'm one of those men that look like they mamas. Hold on, let me show y'all real quick what Mama Speaks look like. Hold on, let me see if I can pull her up. Let me go on out there on the damn Facebook. See what Mama Speaks. See some of Mama Speaks photos real fast so y'all can see what I'm talking about. I'm enjoying talking to y'all today. Thank y'all for coming. I'm enjoying this. Okay. Ciao, mama. My God. I can't show y'all these photos. My mama sometimes likes to wear, questionable wigs. You just gotta love them through it. You gotta love them through it. You gotta just love them through it. My mama's still stuck in the 90s, y'all. I love my mama. I really do. I'm really trying to find. Okay, hold on. Let me open this image up in the tabs so y'all. I ain't gonna let y'all know my mama name. Hold on, real quick. Let me see if I can share. Can I share the screen? Okay, I can. I'm still trying to learn this. Learn how to do this. So forgive me. Let me see. But yeah, this is Mama Speaks. Hold on, let's put each other side by side. This is Mama Speaks. I look like my mama, so I know what it's like to look like your mama. Okay, not too much Creole fight, not too much, not too much, but like Kelly really look like her mama. I was like, whoa. So maybe I was wrong. Maybe Kelly has not had that much plastic surgery. Maybe it's just her face. I was like, wow, I really feel like I should apologize because I made a lot of, because I just assumed it was plastic surgery. So I just want to apologize for that. It was not called for. And I really try to make sure I am cognizant of that in the future. But yeah, I felt like it was kind of, but They have a little yoga session. You know, the daughter and her have a really good relationship. Um, they are starting to discuss the whole fiasco between Kelly and her ex-husband and what's happening in the blogs. And I was like, I don't remember seeing anything in the blogs. I was like, we really didn't know who the fuck she was. So who was making blogs about her? But hey, but apparently, you know, the ex-husband is out of jail and he's like, you know, telling the court that he just wants to be reunited with his 4 daughters. And then, you know, Kelly is like, since when? Since when? Like, since when? And the daughter is like, well, yeah, because at the end of the day, he definitely doesn't want me. And Kelly says that that's not his biological daughter, but he's been in her life since she was 3. So him basically cutting off communication with her is really heartbreaking. I was like, that's because, like I keep on telling you motherfucking people, when it comes to a lot of these hetero black men, they only really care about the child if they fucking the mom, including the biological children a lot of times. If they not really fucking with the mom like that, a lot of times they ain't gonna be fucking with the kids like that. That's the whole reason why. Why do y'all always act so surprised when these niggas have been doing this since the 60s? I really get so fucking agitated with this. Like, how many fucking women, how many fucking people have to go through the same shit for y'all to start seeing that maybe these niggas really don't care about y'all kids like that. It's only because they fucking with you. Why do y'all always act so surprised when niggas have been constantly doing this for the last 70 years? My fucking gosh. Have some fucking wisdom. Read the Yelp reviews for these niggas. Shout out to Erica De Niro. You know, like, it's just the feminist in me. I really hate these people sometimes. It's like the women be like, oh my God, he really is treating me like a fuck nigga. What? Why would he ever do that? Girl, let's move on. Move on to the next scene. So we're at Kelly's event, right? Kelly is hosting a peaceful brunch for Brit. So she's inviting all of the women there for Brittany, so we can all lick Brit's wounds and make Brit feel like she's the victim. Fuck Brit. At the end of the day, we don't give a fuck. Fuck Brit. We don't care. Kenya was wrong. Brit is not a victim. She is a participant in all of this. And for her to weaponize all of this shit is kind of pathetic. Fuck Brit. Period. Then she want to still promote her getting married after what she's been through. I know. And I was, y'all, please, I'm not trying to be triggered today. I had a really good day today. That's why I had to move on from that. But the whole thought process of your daughter telling you that she is afraid of getting married because of what you went through, you was like, no, you deserve love. You deserve to get married. You deserve a love life. I was like, why does she have to be married to have love? Why is that? What if she finds somebody she doesn't want to be married? Why does it have to be a ring that gives her the love that she needs romantically? And at the end of the day, your daughter is 17. The last thing you should want to talk to her about is getting married one day. The first thing you should be talking to her about is making sure that you know, she's registered for college. Getting all of that straight. Fuck these niggas. Don't give a fuck. You know, fuck these niggas. That's what you should be saying, Kelly. Fuck these niggas. If you find a man that loves you and treats you right, he will come to you, baby. But at the end of the day, worry about you, worry about your life, your education, making a good life for yourself. And any man that comes into your life, make sure it's in addition to anything that you built. Like, it's like, pick me, pick me, pick me. Please pick me. I'll do whatever you want if you pick me. Can you pick me? I would love if you pick me. Please. Can you pick me? I have my hand raised. Do you want to pick me? Pick me. Ugh. Y'all already know. I'm starting to get that love and marriage Huntsville stress. I'm starting to get the love and marriage Huntsville stress, y'all. It's very the pick me isms is very reminiscent of love and marriage Huntsville. It's too much pick me. It's too many pick me's between Angela, Kelly, and Brit. It's too much. And Shamia, it's way too much pick me energy going on. I'm stressed. Hold on, y'all. Let me turn my camera off. I have to come back in. Wait, let me see if it's working now. Okay. I think we good. It was like Kelly was saying, baby, you know you ain't shit without no man. You deserve to be something too. Don't you want to get married and find you somebody that makes you something? Baby? Ugh. Give me a damn second, y'all. Before we get to this last scene, I'm gonna take a little brief intermission, drink some water real quick, and I'll be right back. Hold on. Get me like, wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, I'll do the stay tuned. Okay. I'm back. I'm back and I'm better. I want you bad as ever. Hold on, let me. Am I still live, y'all? Okay, period. Oh, it's 194 y'all in the chat. You know this new platform that I'm using don't really tell me how many of y'all in here. I appreciate almost all 200 of y'all for watching. Thank you. Jeremy love every single one of you. Okay. All right, y'all. Last scene. Pray that I get through this, y'all. Because Brit, wait a damn minute. Okay, I thought so. I was like, I know damn well I turned on the monetization for this video. All right, so let's get into it. So everybody's arriving at Kelly's place. And in the midst of everybody arriving, we see her getting everything prepared, right? She's talking to some white man with booty shorts on and a blonde bang. And I'm like, what is this? But at the end of the day, he's supposedly supposed to be Kelly's stylist. And I will say Kelly be dressing. Might as well call her ranch. Because that's what she be doing, dressing. And, they get everything prepared. So first thing, we see Angela. Actually, I don't know what order everybody came in, nor do I really give a fuck. So let's, everybody came. At the end of the day, Brit came last. Right? She walks in, she's, oh my God, Brit is the last one to arrive. The queen is in the building. The queen is in the building. Like why? Like this whole dramatic entry, I was like, it's not giving what y'all think is giving. Like, ugh. So Brit comes in and she's like, thank you so much, Kelly, for doing this for me. Because at the end of the day, what Kenya did was so fucked up. And I'm just happy that you're really trying to be there for me. Because like the rest of the girls, they don't have my back. They don't have my back. They're still reaching out to Kenya. They're still cool with Kenya after what she did to me. Are you serious? How could you do something like that? Oh my God. Now, listen. It's kind of fucked up that you think that everybody should just excommunicate Kenya over you. Bitch, you don't know you. Kenya is a legend on Real Housewives. And for you to have the delusional capacity to think that anybody is going to cut Kenya off for you is insane. My goodness. So everybody is seated, right? And Kelly is like, so Brit, like, how are you doing? Like, how are you doing, Brit? And she was like, I'm going through it. It's been really hard. And it's something I'm just gonna have to deal with. And at the end of the day, I will have to deal with this for the rest of my life. And Kenya was dirty. Kenya was evil. She was underhanded. And thank God I was not in the building because she wanted to provoke me. She wanted a reaction out of me. That's what she wanted. And she's been gunning for me from the very beginning. And as she's saying all of this, y'all, dead silence. Everybody's like, I was like, Kelly, don't you want to speak up? Kelly, don't you want to speak up for your friend and side with everything that you said that she was saying? Don't you want to stick up for your friend, Kelly, like you was doing when you was at her house? But now you dead silent. She's waiting for the support. Give her your support. But you silent now because you're in front of every damn body, and you probably have told other people that you can understand where Kenya was coming from, but you probably don't want to be called out. Something tells me, Kelly, that you are a little bit dishonest. Because I was waiting for you to speak up for your friend like you was doing when you was at her house. Hold on, my leg is itching. Child. I was like, now at your house, you was sitting here, yeah, because Yosemite Sam was acting like she didn't do nothing. And Kenya was just picking with her from the very beginning. Girl, at the end of the day, Nobody gave a fuck about whatever you was talking about because you started all of this. And then Brit went into saying, yeah, and at the end of the day, this is really affecting my life. And my insurance license got revoked. Are you serious? And Angela's like, but why? Why would it get revoked? And she was like, what do you mean why? What do you mean why? What do you mean? Like, I read the room, Angela. She was like, whoa, whoa, where is this coming from? Oh shit! I be making myself laugh every time. I love me. I love me. Love of self. Andrew was like, whoa, where did this come from? And she was like, read the room, Angela. She was like, I am reading the room. I am reading the room. I ain't stupid. I ain't stupid. I do know because I also have a license that you have to have cause. You have to have cause for you to have your insurance license revoked. And once again, you know, hand clap for Angela this episode. Angela is doing the damn thing. Angela is doing the damn thing. I don't fault Angela for giving Kenya that question because it was messy, right? Nobody told Brit to jump off the deep end in the exchange. Brit is the one who blew everything up way more than what it needed to be. But Angela has been low-key mixing and stirring, asking the questions that need to be answered, holding people accountable, backing all of these yes men up off of hoes. What are you doing? Oh, you laying down. Okay. But yeah, so she was like, yeah, because why, like, you know, why do you, you know, why would you get your license revoked? I was like, because Angela didn't get revoked. The bitch is lying. I'm surprised if the bitch even has a license. Okay. It's like she been a housewife. I'm trying to tell you, Angela's like, whoa, where is this coming from? It was the way she was like, whoa, like, where's all of this energy coming from? The energy that you should have should be with Kenya, not me. I was like, Angela is giving me what I need to be given. And then, thank you for the laughter, much needed. No problem, sweet unique. Anytime. That's what I'm here for. Okay. Now, I was like, whoa. How mighty do we move from crying and acting like we so emotional to about to you know beat a bitch up? I was like, now just a second ago, my license, my license, like, and now all of a sudden, read the fucking room, Angela. Like, who the fuck is you talking to? Who are you talking to, Yosemite Sam? Who are you talking to, Yosemite Brit? You better watch your fucking mouth. That's exactly what Angela was saying to her. Angela was like, I don't know who you think you talking to, but you need to take responsibility for what you did. Why is it Kenya here? And I was like, Angela. I was like, Angela, Eat this oblong titty having asshole up, please. Eat this insurance fraud hoe alleged up, please. Eat her up. Munch on this hoe, because I was getting really sick and tired of everybody like quietly disagreeing with Brit, but not saying it out loud. You started that. Why isn't Kenya here? Because you started that. You did all of this. Nobody told you to do what you did and threaten her with gun violence, girl. At the end of the day, you like to throw the rock and hide your fucking hand. I was like, oh, Angela. I was like, Angela, Angela's taking out all of that inner frustration that she has against Charles on Brit right now. I was like, girl, do it. I was like, one thing about it, she learned how to be the best housewife from her husband. Because at the end of the day, is what? Fuck Charles Oakley. I still don't fuck with Charles Oakley. I just want y'all to know it's still gonna be fuck Charles Oakley, okay? It's always going to be fuck Charles Oakley. And I feel like as the season unwraps, I'm going to be validated in everything that I'm saying. My heart, my spirit don't lead me astray. Because at the end of the day, it's fuck Charles Oakley. But yes, so Kelly moves them to the other side of the table. You know, she says, you know, would you mind switching seats with me? She was like, sure. You know, because me and Polly and Esther can get on up out of here. And she was like, girl, do you want to twirl out of here, girl? You can twirl on out of here, girl. You can twirl. I was like, not you using Kenya's slangs and slogans and you know, sayings, while also saying that you don't want to be filmed with her. Like, girl, can you please get the fuck off the show? We don't want you, Brit. We really don't. You came on to Watch What Happens Live dressed like a damn fucking buffalo. I was like, what in the Buffalo Bill is going on with her fucking outfit, y'all? Why did Brit Edie dress like a buffalo? Hold on. Let me look up X real quick so I can share the screen with y'all. Cause she was dressed like a damn buffalo. I was like, what is this outfit? What in the fuck is this outfit going on? Hold on, let me see if I can find it. I'm gonna pause on that real quick. I'm gonna finish out this scene and we can watch a little clip because I found something on Insta, not Instagram, but on X, and we can. But this scene is almost done anyway. But basically, Shamia talks about the church bells because the church bells started to ring, right? And she says, well, it's such a beautiful day. And I want to take responsibility for my actions. And I want to try to look at the positives in everybody here from this point on and be more cognizant of what I'm doing and my actions. Can we all say aye if we agree? And y'all, they end the scene, y'all, doing the damn electric slide. I don't know. That was just a very awkward way to end this episode. I was not too pleased with that. I was like, why are we stopping the conversation? We should let Angela really get into it with Brit. And like, let's break it down. But y'all, let me share my screen real quick. Put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat if y'all can hear me, right? I just need to see how in sync y'all are with me real fast. Because I don't know if it's a delay, because it looked like by the comments that y'all may be a little bit farther behind where I am currently in what I'm seeing. Because y'all are commenting on stuff I talked about like a minute or so ago. Okay, so y'all about 2 minutes behind me, but I can't, it's not like I can change that, okay? Might as well get started. All right. Let me share my screen. I have to make sure I keep my, be very careful with this, with this Twitter page. But yes, Brit is on Watch What Happens Live, dressed like a buffalo. Wait, can we switch? Can I switch this? There we go. She's on live, dressed like a buffalo, y'all. And we just gonna listen to what she has to say.
Did you have a gun that night?
Oh my God. I never had a gun. Ever.
I never had a gun. Oh my God. I never had a gun.
I never had a gun in my possession at all.
I am so spot on with my Brittany impression, y'all. Name another bitch that can give it to you like I have. Okay, name another bitch that is giving you Brittany, like Brittany down. The category is Brittany, and I'm giving all 10s. Okay, no chops. All right, name another person who's give me. Am I not the best Brittany impersonator on YouTube?
Okay, so your comments at the dinner, that resulted in an investigation. Obviously, weapons are not allowed on set that night.
Oh my God. I never had a gun.
You never had a gun.
I never had a gun.
She's lying. The bitch literally said on the podcast, I watched the WEIGO podcast the other day, and she played a podcast from 2022 that Brittany was on, saying that she don't never go anywhere without her pistol on her. So she has possession of a pistol, and based on what she said in the past, it wouldn't be surprising if she had the pistol in the car with the husband that's lifeless.
In my possession at all.
Okay, so your comments at the dinner, that resulted in an investigation. Obviously, weapons are not allowed on set. It was determined that you didn't violate that policy. So now watching it back, why did you say it, and what do you think about it now?
You know what? I still beat myself up. Just the fact that I allowed her to trigger me. So
you allowed her to trigger you, girl. You started that whole argument. She answered her question immediately. She says, yes, I can be cordial and friendly and kind to everybody here. And I think I've talked to everybody respectably. Like, what are you talking about? You was like, but we're talking about Brit. You see the card? It has Brit's name on it. You see? Like, what are you talking about? Like, girl, what are you talking about? Nobody triggered you. She's delusional, and she's dressed like a delusional buffalo.
It's just, there's no excuse for what I did, for what I said. And it was the heat of the moment. I'm in a rough neighborhood. I'm always used to having my husband by my side, and I felt attacked, and I was triggered by Kenya. And I was talking with Kelly on the side, like, you know how girls hype each other up or whatever. Yeah. And it was a side convo. I was talking with Kelly, and I mentioned.
So Kelly did hear it, but Kelly lied in the scene with Kenya saying she didn't hear it. Like, Kelly, treasure troll.
A pistol, which I never should have. And I was wrong.
Did you have a gun that night?
Oh my God.
Thank you, sweet, unique. Thank y'all. Like, listen, y'all. Oh, and thank you, Daquila, for the Cashapp. Thank you so much for the Cashapps. I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all. Look, this is hard. Y'all. Let me show y'all something. I'm gonna be very transparent with y'all today. Cause this shit ain't cheap. Hold on. I'm about to share this screen. Do y'all see? Do y'all see these prices for StreamYard and shit? Now I'm not currently using StreamYard because I wanted to try another streaming website, but the prices are all similar. I'm just getting stuff to offer. You know, I'm trying to find something that better aligns with the things that I want to do on my channel. But like this shit is $45 for the core. And the core really don't have everything that you need. Most of the time, I'm paying $90 via StreamYard to maintain this channel. Like, this shit is expensive. StreamYard I remember a time when StreamYard used to have 20, like 10, 20, 25, $35 plans. Them bitches said, oh no, girl. Oh no, girl. We we up the budget. we up the cost. Cause you got to pay the cost to be the boss, sister girl. So yes, y'all, this shit gets very expensive. So I appreciate all of the cash apps and all of the tips and things that you're leaving on the channel, because these streaming platforms are getting more expensive as the days go by. And I blame all you Twitch bitches for this. It's all you Twitch hoes I blame for all of this. If it wasn't for you Casa Knots and I show speeds, I wouldn't have to deal with these extremely high prices. Okay. But yes, y'all, Brit is full of shit. I don't believe anything that she's saying. She's a liar. She started all of this shit with Kenya. You're not the victim. She was dead ass wrong for what she did. And yeah. Okay. I love every single one of y'all. Okay. I want to thank y'all for stopping by today. And I want to thank y'all for taking the time to like my video, to come in and watch. It really does, warm my heart to be able to connect with every single one of y'all. And I want y'all to know that y'all are loved. If nobody told you today, I love you, okay? Scoop, my God, I'm burping in y'all face and shit. I'm so sorry. My bad. But yeah, I want you guys to know that you are loved, that you have purpose, and that you have a meaning, and your life has, a divinity into it, that is pushing you to where you need to go. Okay. All right. Please love yourself, because when you don't, you end up as an insecure hoe with collapsed nostrils who can't really breathe, with a bigger titty and a smaller titty, and you are threatening hoes with gun violence because they won't give you a hug. We would hate for any of that to be you. Okay. All right, y'all, I gotta go. It's 11:28 and I gotta take my PM so I can be ready for bed, so I can go to sleep and wake up on time for work in the morning. Okay. I love every single one of you guys. You guys have a beautiful, beautiful rest of y'all night, and I plan on doing the same. Okay, y'all? Please be easy out there. All right.